What's going on, guys? My name is Mr. Hurricane, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about sliders and connected careers. I've been getting a lot of comments lately asking about what set I currently use and if I change my sliders because scores are really changing in my Raiders Connected Careers mode series. And yes, I have changed my set. I was using a variation of Blue Ninja sliders from Operation Sports for a long time, and then I reverted to use what Fan actually uses, and I used that set right after the Patriots game. I'm getting too low of scores with the old slider set, and the running game for the computer was non-existent, and so I changed the sliders, and I'm tweaking them along the way very minimally, but you can see here with some of these scores that I'm getting a lot better games, and granted, maybe some of them are a little higher scoring and the average scores are a little bit higher than you'd like, but I'd rather have a little bit too high than really low where guys and teams are struggling to break out of the teens. So I'm here to show you guys what sliders I use, and so pay attention here, and hopefully if you want to adapt these sliders to your game, you can have a good set to work with. But I play on all Madden difficulty, 13-minute quarters, 15-second minimum play clock time, which will run the play clock down every time you snap the ball to 15 seconds. It gives you a pretty realistic amount of plays. You want around 120 a game, maybe a little bit more, and that's what I'm getting right now. I play on normal game speed, and I also have, these are the rest of the settings, but I like to have auto strafe, auto sprint off, and then I control the stuff on my own. You guys know that, but this is an older version of Blue Ninja sliders, I believe, and the sliders I'm using are a little bit tweaked compared to the set that Fan gave me from his Connected Career slider video, if that makes sense. So, one of the kind of philosophies that Blue Ninja applied to his sliders was that a skill or a rating for the user has to be equivalent to the computer. So if I have 22 computer accuracy, I have 22 user accuracy. Whenever I make a tweak to one side, I make the same tweak to the other side. And I buy into this theory because I like the idea of keeping things balanced. Special teams, oh, first of all, I'm going to go back here and just show you guys some things that are different. Obviously, you know, if you've watched some of the games recently, that the running game for the computer has been pretty powerful, so I've been tweaking run blocking, taking it down. What I do usually is I'll do very slight tweaks. After a few games, I saw the running game for the computer was really strong. So what I did is I put run blocking down like 1 for each side. I did rush defense reaction time +1 on each side, and now I'm just trying to see how that gets me. I don't want to make too big of changes and throw it off balance even further, so I feel like I have a pretty good game going right now, and I'm going to take it slow and continue tweaking, but hopefully you guys can see all these settings here. It's the same. Computer and user have to be equivalent. And now here is the special team sliders that I currently play with. I don't really have a set here that I like all that much, but it gets the job done. I want to see more missed field goals from like 45 yards and beyond, but kicking is just too automatic in Madden. We can't really do a lot about that. You have to remember that. Some things aren't fixable by sliders. Some things are just kind of, they have to remain the way they are, and you have to deal with it. I have my injuries set on 55, and my fatigue set at 65, and my speed threshold at 40. Now, I've gotten a lot of comments lately telling me to lower my injury slider, and I'm not going to. I've had 5 guys on the injury report. Granted, it's been my 3 top safeties, Jacoby Ford and Darren McFadden. That's only 5 guys that are hurt. If you look at real NFL rosters, they have a ton of guys hurt by the end of the year, and usually a handful of those guys are on the injured reserve. I actually am probably below average numbers for injuries, so it's definitely not going down. It's probably going to stay the same. Now, listen up here. This is very important. I've never seen sliders be impacted by this before. I'm not sure if they were in previous games, but I've done some digging in the Operation Sports forums, and I've come to realize, or I think it's true anyway, but I believe penalties do affect gameplay. Stuff like defensive pass interference, it kind of, if you look at Operation Sports, they have some really good threads on these settings here, and basically like the philosophy behind having defensive pass interference high is that the defensive back will play higher and more aggressive to the receiver, and they'll be sticking to him a little bit better, and they'll just play a little bit smarter, but you also don't want to make sure it's too high, even though it's at 99 and you can only go 1 higher, but these are settings I found in Operation Sports that I like to play with, and I think I get pretty good gameplay now. I'm enjoying Connected Careers with the Raiders a lot now that I've used these settings and these sliders. The games for me are a lot more fun to play. I was getting sick of every game being like 17-7, a defensive game, an offensive struggle with no running game and not really a whole lot going on. I'd rather see the games I'm having now, like 31-28 or 34-31. I want to be somewhere more in the middle for average scores, you know, see some 27-21 sometimes maybe, but I'm getting pretty good games with these now. I'm not really done tweaking. I'm going to do some more, but for the most part right now, I'm enjoying the game, and I'm not making any drastic changes to the slider set. So once again, just if you want to copy down these sliders and watch the video over, I'm going to go through this so you can kind of write these down, put them in your game. Might have to rewind the video a little bit, just because I'm not going to sit here and like hold the screen for like 30 seconds, but these are the settings that I play with in the Oakland Raiders Connected Careers Mode series. They're very similar to the settings used by Nodis-Fan in his Bengals Connected Careers series, and I wanted to thank Blue Ninja again for creating slider sets that I've been using since the beginning of Madden 12 now, and I've had some really good games and some series that have been a lot of fun to play because of sliders and making the games fun for me. And so anyways guys, that is going to be the end of the video. Hopefully this helps you out if you're struggling to find a fun set of sliders to use with Connected Careers. And remember, this slider set is for sim-style players. If you want a realistic game, you have to play a realistic game. Don't cheese, don't use money plays, don't use schemes against the computer. Just play a game of football and enjoy the experience. Thank you for watching guys. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comment section, but I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.